Wow. Just wow. So, if you didn't know, my most recent video on Godzilla King of the Monsters is the most disliked video I've ever made. With 32 and counting, I've never made a video more polarizing than it, and I am very proud of myself. So naturally, many people in the comments explained to me why I'm such an idiot and why my opinion is invalid. So in this video, I want to take the time to respond to these comments because some of them are very, very stupid. Becker289 says, another person who's never seen a Toho film before. If you don't know, Toho is the original company that produced the old Godzilla films, so movies like Godzilla vs. Ghidorah and Godzilla vs. Mothra aren't made by Warner Brothers, they're made by the Japanese film company Toho. So I've seen online that Godzilla King of the Monsters is fan service for the old Godzilla movies, and if you're not an original fan of the old Godzilla movies, you wouldn't understand this movie or something. Listen, these movies are obviously not made for the niche audience that loves the old Toho films. Like, looking at the most recent one, Shin Godzilla grossed nothing compared to the newest MonsterVerse film. So, these $200 million MonsterVerse movies aren't appealing to just fans of Toho movies. It's trying to appeal to the entire world. So when I see a movie solely rely on fan service to win people over, when the majority of the people watching have no idea who King Ghidorah, Rodan, or Mothra is, I consider that movie to be a colossal failure. I shouldn't need to see movies that aren't supposed to be in the same universe because the MonsterVerse isn't really tied to the original Toho movies other than having the same characters. I went into Godzilla King of the Monsters wanting to see a genuinely good movie, not a movie just filled with fan service. How come a movie like Star Wars The Force Awakens is filled with fan service, but has interesting characters and, the things that make movies good? I hate to break it to you, Becker289, but me not understanding the fan service has nothing to do with the quality of the characters and story of the film. This is from Gojirfan 2004, I'm not very sure. He says, here is something you need to take notes of, and then he leaves the link for a video. I'll leave the link of the video in the description. So the video basically says that these new Godzilla films say that nature can correct itself and that humans cannot control nature. So the video basically claims that the theme of the Godzilla film is environmental determinism, which is the philosophy that humans are controlled by nature. I'll admit that this video makes some interesting points that I honestly was oblivious to when watching Godzilla King of the Monsters. But does it change my opinion of the film? Not really. All movies need to have a theme. What would be their point of existing from an artistic point of view if they didn't have one? My issue with Godzilla King of the Monsters was never that it didn't have a theme. It was that the characters are schlock, the story is cliche, and everything done in the movie is a stupid decision. I do appreciate the fact that Gajirfan 2004 actually sent me some interesting points and wasn't just calling me a brain-dead critic paid off by Disney to like Captain Marvel. Speaking of Captain Marvel, I got several comments claiming that I was paid off by Disney to like Captain Marvel and that Godzilla was much better. First of all, thanks for taking the time to go back a few months to watch my Captain Marvel review. I really appreciate it. Second of all, I believe Captain Marvel is a much better movie than Godzilla King of the Monsters, despite Captain Marvel being an average film. For example, Captain Marvel had many characters with development. I like Brie Larson as Captain Marvel, and I know many idiots online say, oh, I don't like her because she hates white people. I'm not going to give my opinion on the debate, because frankly I think that's irrelevant. But I think if people took away their bias against Brie Larson and just watched Captain Marvel, I'm sure they'd like it much more. I'm not saying Captain Marvel is a great movie, it's not even that good. I'm just saying it's much better than it's made out to be on the internet. So thanks to everyone who submitted their incredibly constructive comments on that video. I'm back, everyone, this time for good. And I still believe Godzilla King of the Monsters is the worst movie of the year. You're not going to change my opinion for that. Thanks for watching, though.